feel about the facts. Hey. Auntie feel about the facts, yeah. Auntie feel about the tea and facts. Auntie feel about the facts. Auntie feel about the tea and facts. It's late, it's late. It's late, it's late. Yeah, we need to go and get into this tea. I meant to be back a little earlier, baby. When I tell you I was so tired, I was exhausted. Oh my God. They say we walked 10K steps. Baby, boom. I done got so shit. I felt every bit of it. And then I had all the dries. Well, baby, it was hot. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so hot, I don't want... I was finna say I don't want to put on no clothes. I done got out the bath about an hour and a half ago and just cannot muster up some strength to put on no clothes. Them 10,000 steps. Anyway. So listen. I need to see what they're saying about this lady who has lost her life in this house fire. She got a lot of love. I saw it on Frank Gotti, Miss Rucker. Condolences to her. But in the comments, some of her friends and family was saying, was it an accident or was it intentional? We gonna check it out. I got a man over here, a couple caught in shootout. He caught in a shootout. Him and his wife. We're gonna listen to that. Go back and listen at my live. You know, Auntie Fee was a little tipsy. I ain't had no wine in a minute, especially not on no candy. I had a headache now, I ain't gonna lie. I had a headache, but that could have meant because I ate something I wasn't supposed to eat up. What they cooked, how they cooked, what they prepared for us, you know. What type of oil. Cross-contaminated, or you know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. All I know is I don't feel like putting on no clothes, and it's after midnight. I'm tired. They should have did that on a Friday, huh? I told them, I said, listen, can I offer some suggestions? We done walked around 50 million spots. Y'all should have had somebody set up to hand out water. Hot as it was. Y'all should have had a water cooling spot. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Shit. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I need for y'all to go and check out that that live. Subscribers was asking me my opinion, and I gave it. Especially about what's going on with the courts and with STRAIGHTDROP. There was some key things that were said. That one person shit is you can't erase that. Kept saying that they was going to trial for one of them. Well, what about the other three? Yeah, the tea is hot. Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. Sip some tea with me. Hey. Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. sip some tea with me. Is that alright? Okay, y'all, let's go. Y'all know I'm tired. And I got maybe a little too much energy right now for me to have to go to work in the morning. Ooh, excuse me. I'll take that, young. Come on, let's go. Oh, and before we go, one of them content creators, yeah, got caught snitching. Took a deal. Be tricking them older women out their money every day. Talking all rough and tough and shit. Always in some shit. Done sent some of his male cheerleaders to attack me. All of that. His baby mama of 20 years that he refused to ever meet. Sent her out, all of that. And this motherfucker got paperwork where he done took a deal and had to give a statement. He put it on paper. He got caught with a whole bunch of green, your booty ain't clean. Didn't spend not one day in jail, not one full day. How? Because he was on a sting operation. He was a part of the bus. They ran him through the system to make it look like he got arrested. Let's go. Y'all better watch these people. Y'all better watch these people. Y'all be believing everything about him. Like, well, I already say he a cult leader, but okay, let me go on.
I kind of hate to be the person to walk around with a gun on this base everywhere I go. I really don't feel like that'll be helping anything. But at this time, I'm willing to do anything that I feel like can help protect me and mine. I'm willing to do anything that I feel like can help protect me and mine.
That's Purvis Quinn. He says he's lived in the same home in the Speedway Terrace National Historic District of Memphis for decades. But what happened to him and his wife last week has them exploring their options now. That's because they were caught in the middle of a shootout. His wife was hit several times, in fact.
Oh, wow.
Daniel Wilkerson joins us live tonight outside of the Tillman Station.
District of Memphis for decades. But what happened to him and his wife last week has them exploring their options now. That's because they were caught in the middle of a shootout. His wife was hit several times, in fact.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson joins us live tonight outside of the Tillman Station. Daniel, this happened in an area of Midtown, in fact, not far from Crosstown Concourse.
Daryl and Darcy, good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. Yes, and theoretically, this could happen to any of us. A couple out walking their dog one evening when they're caught in the middle of
80-some, almost 90-year-old woman got hit and killed.
More about the tense moments
this morning.
Preceded this scene, which we first brought you as breaking news last Thursday night at 10.
The car shot by us after we heard the gunshots.
Purvis Quinn says he and his wife were walking their dog JoJo when it happened.
She immediately was ready to go home, so we started walking back toward the house.
At that point, he says they saw guys running toward them with pistols.
They just started shooting toward us.
Quinn says one of the men shot his wife.
I'm trying to chase her down. She took out the running. I'm trying to chase her down. The dog was barking, crazy. I mean, it was total chaos.
Quinn says the crime happened right in front of this church. He lived right down the way.
So we started walking back toward the house.
At that point, he says they saw guys running toward them.
That's where that Ferrari car was.
Quinn says one of the men shot his wife.
That was stolen with the puppy in it.
She took out the running. I'm trying to chase her down. The dog was barking, going crazy. I mean, it was total chaos.
Quinn says the crime happened right in front of this church. He lived right down the way. He says he has lived in this home since birth. He hates to leave, but he says at this point he's considering
At this point in time, I'm about ready to go pick up Self.
Yeah, you better go.
Quinn says now in his 50s, he really doesn't want to start over. He believes the neighborhood now attracts crime because of the broken window theory. That theory says people are more likely to commit crimes in areas that have become run down.
This neighborhood it had a family in every house. As you can look around now, you know, some of the houses are condemned and dead. And I mean, it used to be a wonderful neighborhood to live in and raise a family in. The drugs moved in, crime went up. Everything just started going downhill from there.
And he adds this.
She's against having guns in the home. But I'm at the point now where I want to buy a gun just to protect us. I really feel strongly that if I'd have had me a weapon that night, it wouldn't have been as tragic for her as it was.
Wow.
Just driving through that neighborhood, you could see what Quinn is talking about. There are the abandoned houses. Back out here, live police.
Police are looking for 10 people accused of carjacking.
Y'all hit the like button for me, please.
Memphis McDonald's. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. WREG Shay Arthur is live tonight off Quince Road where that scary scene unfolded. And Shay, what'd you find out?
Greg, Stephanie, we're talking about 10 people here. Pretty alarming situation. This is a fairly busy area here. That couple telling police that whole wild scene played out here in the drive-thru when they were approached. The man pulled from the car, punched in the face. Tonight, that car has been recovered, but police, they now need help to find those accused attackers. It's back to business during the lunch hour at this East Memphis McDonald's Tuesday. But just last night, less than 24 hours ago, a couple faced a terrifying situation. Just after 11 Monday night, they told detectives as they waited in their Infiniti in the drive-thru, 4 people
they wanted the car.
with long guns approached, pulling the driver from the car, punching him in the face. They then pulled a female passenger out of the car too, before taking off, closely followed by a second car.
My God. It's scary.
The victims told detectives they believe a total of 10 people were part of the carjacking. 12 hours later, and 16 miles away, police found that stolen Infiniti in this Raleigh neighborhood, parked in front of a vacant home.
Well, I saw about 4 carloads of cops come right there.
This woman, who didn't feel comfortable being identified, saw detectives locate the vehicle.
Well, it kind of scared me at first.
She says she's seen several cars be left, then picked up at that location.
When I saw the record truck coming, I knew what was going on because they had, like I said, did it a couple weeks before and they hauled off 2 cars.
Glad the car was located, but hopeful those responsible for the violence are held accountable.
Keep praying, and it comes from the home. Keep praying, raise your children.
And if you know anything in this case, you should call Crime Stoppers at number 901-528-CASH. For your news leader in East Memphis tonight.
Police, they need your help tracking down a gunman wanted for shooting a teenager in Whitehaven this morning. WRG Shay Arthur was on the scene and brings us the latest on the investigation.
New tonight, this surveillance video shows a person walking out of the Mill Creek Apartments off Mill Branch Road.
Mill Branch.
Police believe this was moments after he shot a 17-year-old inside the complex. The teenager told detectives the hooded gunman chased him up a stairwell at the complex, shot him, then took Branch Road. Memphis police believe this was moments after he shot a 17-year-old inside the complex. The teenager told detectives the hooded gunman chased him up a stairwell at the complex, shot him, then took off. That crime scene unfolded at 9:30 this morning. Tonight, police say the teen is physically going to be okay, but didn't tell us about what they believe is a motive behind the shooting.
They know what's going on.
This man, who didn't want to be on camera, saw the scene unfold. Sad to hear the victim is 17 years old.
That's ridiculous. They're getting younger and younger.
But 17 is they in the game.
I'm afraid to say.
They hit men at 17.
It's getting worse and worse.
Acknowledging summer is now here. School is out. City and county leaders talking about various programs to help young people this summer. But this man who lives near today's morning shooting still has questions.
What can we do? That's the big question. I don't know.
For your news leader,
fire at a South Memphis home that left one person dead. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm joins us live from the scene on Clovia Lane, which is off Castelia. Brian, what can you tell us?
Oh.
April, Alex, we've been speaking with people here on scene, and neighbors say right before this fire started, they heard a series of loud booms before they saw the flames. And looking here on scene right now, we see that firefighters are currently cleaning up the scene as they're starting to break down. But right before we came on air, we saw 2 fire trucks, one with the ladder on top.
Clovia Lane, which is off Castelia. Brian, what can you tell us?
Here on scene, and neighbors say right before this fire started, they heard a series of loud booms before they saw the flames. And looking here on scene right now, we see that firefighters
type of loud
cleaning up
booms.
the scene as they're starting to break down. But right before we came on air, we saw 2 fire trucks, one with the ladder on top, spraying some of the hot spots that we've been seeing here on scene. Now looking here, you can see a bit of that damage from our live camera, where we're seeing a burnt out roof, broken windows, and a carport that has a melted car in the front of its bumper area. Firefighters say this Clovia Lane home in South Memphis was set ablaze just a little after 10:30 a.m. this morning. No cause of the fire as of yet, as investigators are searching to find out what happened. A Memphis fire says one woman is dead and several others injured.
Could they not get out?
Lacerations and was transported to a hospital. 2 other males also injured and sent to Regional 1 with minor injuries. People in this neighborhood say this incident was a horror to witness, as they tell me that at first they did hear those booms and then saw the flames. One man says he heard cries from the family after the house first was caught on fire in a portion of the house, and says he tried to help the 2 sons who said their mother was still stuck inside.
We commenced to just reaching in there trying to get her out. We eventually got her out, or he eventually kind of got in there and got her out. They started administering CPR, and at that time, when they started administering CPR, we heard a big bang, and the house was just engulfed in flames. And so maybe within a 3-minute period, the house was just engulfed in flames.
And now that man you heard from says he didn't want to be on camera due to respect for the
I'ma wait.
Tells your news leader and that this family is well liked in the neighborhood, and says this has been a tragic day
Oh,
for
wow.
the community. And of course, we're going to continue to
after
So y'all, we know what Castelia mean.
Castelia Heights neighborhood that killed 1 person and hurt 3 others. Memphis fire crews spent hours battling flames on Clovia Lane, that's off South Parkway. We are told neighbors rushed to help save people trapped inside. Our Stephen Reels was at the scene this afternoon.
Neighbors in Castelia Heights say it happened in an instant.
It was heavy smoke and heavy fire in all divisions.
Around 10:30, neighbors told ABC 24 they heard a loud boom before the house here on Clovia Lane was covered in flames. Trapped 4 people inside.
And it's a sad day for everyone that was involved, including the family. We had 1 deceased victim outside of the home when firefighters arrived, and then we had 3 additional people that were transported.
Eventually, crews were able to get the fire under control, but the house itself became a complete and total loss, according to the Memphis Fire Department. This was a place where, whether they were family or friends, a lot of people grew up in this house.
YOUNGDOLPH area.
Pick up the pieces and grieves together. The Memphis Fire Department continues their investigation into what started the fire.
here on scene and tell me it was 54-year-old Wanda Pipkins who passed away in this deadly fire. They tell me that this loss especially hurts for them right now due to Pipkins just being released from the hospital yesterday and laying out the scene live here on scene.
Just released from the hospital.
From this deadly fire, they tell me that this loss especially hurts for them right now due to Pipkins just being released from the hospital yesterday and laying out the scene live here on scene. We see the damage from this deadly fire. As you can see, the home is now a total loss, with the fire also affecting the home just to the left. The family tells me right now they're working with Memphis Fire Rescue to figure out what happened here at this Clovia Lane home in South Memphis. The fire, according to officials, started just after 10:30 this morning. The family told us it was Pipkins and other family members in the home at the time of the fire. A neighbor we spoke to earlier says he tried to.
Well, why couldn't they get out?
Brother and son were helping the woman out a window, crying for help. The home already engulfed in flames. Another woman in the home suffered lacerations, and the two men who helped Pipkins were hurt, but are expected to recover, according to fire officials. A new video of the home from WREG's drone pilot broke billions. You can see the home has been gutted with just a small portion left standing. Another home right next door also caught on fire, causing damage to its right side.
Oh my God.
The family we spoke to say they just spoke to Pipkins yesterday.
She actually called me and told me that she needed some help. So, you know, trying to get her stuff back together. So we was hoping she was going to get the rehab so she would be able to walk and, you know, get her health back together.
Walk.
But, you know, God had other plans, and yeah, we just have to go ahead and move on and continue to pray for us and my family.
And now the family at this time is working to get a GoFundMe set up, saying they are now looking to make funeral arrangements. And again, the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
This is the victim, Miss Rucker Pipkins.
Tonight. Earlier, we told you about a deadly fire that killed one woman and injured 3 others in South Memphis. Drone video showing the damage as fire just ripped through one home and then damaging another. WRG's Brian Didlake has been working that scene all day. He joins us now from the fire station there. And Brian, any new developments tonight?
Greg, the cause of this fire is still unknown, as both Memphis Fire Rescue and the family are working to learn what happened. Right now, the family is telling me that they're going to be leaning on the community for support.
That was my favorite aunt, and I was really concerned about her health, and she literally just got out the hospital.
Tiffany Rucker says it was her bedridden aunt, Wanda Rucker Pipkins, who died earlier today after a fire swept through their family home on Clovia Lane. 3 other family members also injured. Right before the flames hit, people say they heard loud explosions shaking homes.
I grabbed my phone and my keys, and when I came out, that's when I saw that the carport, the garage, and the truck that's in the driveway was on a blaze.
WREG drone pilot broke billions, capturing the aftermath. Only a small portion of one home left standing, a neighboring home also damaged.
My granddad built this house. He built this house with his hands. And that's probably the hardest thing.
Tiffany says the Rucker family has
That's
been in
probably
the
the
neighborhood
hardest.
for 50 years and says the family is considering rebuilding the home.
2 gentlemen.
Dad built this house. He built this house with his hands. And that's probably the hardest thing.
Tiffany says the Rucker family has been in the neighborhood for more than 50 years and says the family is considering rebuilding the home.
2 gentlemen and a young lady in the house, and he was telling me that his mom was still in the house.
One neighbor says he helped Wanda's family get her out of a window.
I have to commend her son who got her out. He was strong under pressure.
Rucker says she is now calling on the community to help, not only while the family heals, but to help Wanda's son who tried to help save his mother.
He's a truck driver, and now he has nowhere to stay. No mother.
Oh, wow.
His father is gone. It's horrible.
Ooh, that was heavy, y'all. Yeah, we gonna pray for the family. I don't have the details yet. I guess I could go off and dig a little deeper to see what the folk in Castalia is saying. But it's after 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's pretty sad. Y'all pray for Memphis. Pray for Memphis. Justice for Dolph. Long live Dolph. They should have just left him alone, y'all. Bottom line. Condolences to your family.